here for the usual oversight function that was given to us by relevant Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to carry on oversight function as usual. I think before we start anything, let us start with mentioning the agenda for this meeting. First, we are starting with an opening prayer. Second, we have introduction of members and Ascon delegation. Third, we have chairman's opening remarks. Number 4, we have presentation by DG Ascon. Number 5, we have reactions from honorable members. Number 6, we have closing and adjournment. And then number 7, we have physical inspection of capital projects or any other projects that the DG want us or the committee to know. We now have introduction, and since most of the honorable members are yet to be here, let's start from the other side. Let's start from the DG, then all the other staff will now introduce themselves. DG, please.
Good morning, distinguished members of the House Committee on Public Matters, distinguished Honorable Chairman, Committee on Public Service and Establishment Matters. My name is Funke Adekoju, Dr. Mrs. Funke Adekoju, now the Director General for Ascon.
Thank you. The Director of Studies and the Head of my Methodology Department. You are welcome, sir.
I'm Director of Studies and Head of the Business Management and Information Studies Department.
Good morning, Chairman, sir, and the honorable members of the House Management Development Constituency. Thank you.
My name is James Ayyadan. My name is Christopher Akon, Deputy Director in charge of Kano State.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and the honorable colleagues. Earlier, DG Ascon, Directors and Allied Mental Health. My name is Muhammad Amin Ibrahim. I'm representing the people of Bala of Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State.
Mr. Chairman, honorable colleague, clerk, the DG and his team. My name is Honorable Prince Vincent Van Mambrus, member representing Lantern North London South Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Adi was my name, and I represented before me by Southeast Northeast.
Thank you very much. I am Honorable Dr. Engineer Sanni Bala. I represent Tsanyawa Ghari Constituency from Kano State, and I believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Speaker, House of Representatives, the Chairman of the Service Matters Committee, House of Representatives. DG, when you introduced your name, you didn't say doctor. You didn't say PhD. I was waiting if you did not say doctor, you would say PhD. You didn't say so, but before I remind you, you came back to say doctor. So we're happy. It is because it's a new nomenclature in your name, so you are not used to it. Please get used to it. Because we don't want to, the other side saying doctor, says doctor that, and then the DG will just keep quiet. Congratulations, please. I just want to tell you that just some few weeks ago, she defended her thesis and she's now a PhD holder, so she's now a doctor. So congratulations, DG. I will start by an opening remark, very brief and short. I am not used to writing up reading remarks, but I will do it today. Honorable colleagues, the Director General, Mrs. Funke Adefoju, Management and Staff of Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, distinguished colleagues and members of the press, good morning to you all. On behalf of the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives and the House Committee on Public Service Matters in particular, I am pleased to welcome everyone to this statutory oversight visit to Ascon, an institution that remains central to the building of capacity and efficiency of our public service. This visit is particularly significant as it marks the first official oversight interaction on this committee with the college under the leadership of the new Director General, Dr. Mrs. Funke Adefoju. Let me therefore begin by congratulating her on her appointment and commend her for passion, fresh vision, and dynamism as she has brought to the institution since assuming office. As we are all aware, this oversight exercise is anchored under Section 88 and 89 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which empowers the legislature to conduct investigation and oversight on the implementation of government programs and the use of public funds. The responsibility ensures transparency, accountability, and conformity with the Appropriations Act as passed by the National Assembly. However, it is quite unfortunate to note that despite our earlier request for documents and information, including budget performance report, evidence of releases, project details, and other financial records, the college is yet to furnish the committee with the required materials up to this morning. This delay has affected the level of our preparations for our robust and productive engagement. If only this document had been submitted earlier, members will have had the benefit of a more informed analysis and interrogation of the issues, such as budget performance, challenges, and projects of working together. Prospect of working together for a better and improved status of the college. Notwithstanding, the committee expects the Director General to make a comprehensive presentation on the budget performance of the college, covering the third quarter of 2024 to date, progress report on capital project, and any innovative program initiated under her leadership. We will also appreciate to hear concrete steps being taken to increase Ascon internally generated revenue through more targeted and cost-effective trainings, revamp of outdated facilities, and modernization of course content to meet the current realities of governance and public administration. Let me use this medium to appeal to the senior management and head of department, directors, and staff of the college who have been here before current Director General appointment to always provide the right guidance, especially as it relates to the procedure of oversight by the Committee on Ascon. Your experience in the past should support her leadership, not leave her to navigate alone through established process that we are familiar with. Particularly referring to the head of departments that have been here. We should have informed the DG, even if she's not aware because she's new to this college. That is how the synergy should be. To help her prepare this thing, the head of admin, the head of finance, you know it is regular that whenever we are coming, and I'm sure you have been informed that we are coming, you should have highlighted the DG of the importance of preparing this report, because the report needs to be with the committee 2 weeks before coming for the oversight. So please, I want you to put more effort to ensure that such synergy between you and the DG is being impacted. Finally, the committee wishes to emphasize that all programs and projects of Ascon must really be in line with the approved budgetary provisions. Any expenditure outside the appropriate dates must be presented to the National Assembly for payment, otherwise such spendings will constitute a breach of Appropriation Act. Honorable colleagues, Ms. DG, ladies and gentlemen, let's look forward to a constructive session as we hope to see Ascon reclaim its pride of place as a premier training institution for public servants in Nigeria. After this session, it is important to us to carry out on-the-spot assessment of some capital project executed during the period under review. Thank you all for listening. So after this, now we have a presentation by the DG of Ascon, please. The DG.
Distinguished honorable members of the committee here present, the management team of Ascon, I'd like to start by presenting an executive summary of our activities as outlined in the letter we received. And then I will follow up with what the chairman has spoken to on innovative approaches and what we have been able to do in our modest way. Roman page 2 of the document before us has the executive summary, and I read: summary of personnel, overhead and capital budget performances from 1st July to 31st December 2024. Personnel, we have appropriation 895,195,930.00. That's 895,195,930. And the summary of releases for the same period under review is 490,385,085.12. Total expenditure is 490,385,085.12. Total remittances 0.00 and balance 0.00, and the percentage of performance on appropriation is 54.78. Percentage of performance on releases is 100%. On overheads, we have 132,210,566, and the summary of releases is 66,105,282.85, and the total expenditure is 65,631,735.79. Remittances to CRF is 0.00. The balance is 473,547.06. And the percentage of performance on appropriation is 49.64. And performance on releases by percentage is 99.28. On capital, appropriation is 165,866,914. And the summary of releases is 107,850,819.00. Total expenditure is 104,407,435.70. The total remittances is 0.00, and the balance is 3,443,383.30. On IGR, the summary of receipts from 1st to 31st July is 306,853,945.00, and the expenditure is 230,501,491.32. Total remittances to CRF is 70,660,925.60, and the balance is 5,691,528.08. Total appropriation is 1,193,273,410. Receipts from 1st to 31st July comes to 971,195,905.60. 131.97. The total expenditure to date is 890,925,747.93, while the total remittances to CRF is 70,660,925.60. The balance is 9,608,458.44. Thank you, sir. That's for 2024.
Let me start with the Director of Finance. You prepare this statement because most of the things that are happening during this period, maybe the DG might not be here. Number one, I want to, what you submitted to us last year as your revenue target, I think will form just like the appropriation we have given you. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
Because when you said appropriation zero, that means you are clueless. You don't have target, while we agree on the target here. So I think maybe you should have put forecast. One. Number two, this information you supplied and which we have it here, 306 million. And the total expenditure being 230 and remittance is 70. Are you ready to swear with an oath that this information you provided are true? Are you ready to take an oath on that?
Yes, sir.
You are ready?
Yes, sir. We have evidence of it.
You have evidences, and you are sure what you submitted here is
It's correct, sir.
Clerk, are you ready to administer an oath? You said they are true.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because you prepared this thing, it's not the DG that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have evidence of the money paid to Katangera to collect the receipts as an evidence. We have evidence of all the remittance.
You have the evidence.
Yes, sir.
What was your target? What was the target we agreed here the other time we come for the oversight? When we are lamenting that the revenue being generated is highly inadequate compared to the facilities you have there, when we caution that you should increase on your ability to, the former DG were there, most of the directors were around. So what was the revenue target we agreed the other time? Can you refer back to what we agreed?
The thing is not here, but this is remittance from January to December, not the full year. July to December, yes.
2024.
2024.
Okay, what are the evidences coming in, coming out? The remittances, evidence of remittances you made to CRF.
Yeah, we have it, sir.
Where is it?
This is
Because you have to attach everything. This is what the letter said. You can refer back to the letter we sent you. Why is that letter? Clerk, please mention the content of the letter.
I will get it, sir.
No, I know you'll get it, but let us remind you of what we asked you to provide.
Okay, sir.
Status of budget performance for the third quarter of 2024 to date. Evidence of budget releases, name and location of capital projects, capital projects awarded and names of contractors, status of capital projects, evidence of payment, internally generated revenue for the period under review, counterpart funding if any, records of all financial transactions through bank statements. Any other document that will assist the committee in carrying out its duties.
Have you done this?
The evidence of remittance is with us. I will give to Clark before we close the meeting. I have it, sir.
Because it's what we, if there is any question from any of the members here, we will use those documents to pose their question.
Okay,
And this is what we stated in our, don't take us for granted.
no, sir.
So what we ask you is not what you gave us. So, that is it. So tell us the projection you made last year and whether you are able to, because you supplied the projection. So let us know what we have projected, what we agreed, and then what we are able to, and the percentage of what we are able, in comparison to what we are able to collect.
Directly, I don't, the figure is not here because we are reporting almost half of the year. But one of those...
But we come Oversight only once. So when you are coming here, you can come with all documents that relate to our undertaking with you, to our engagement last year with you, so that this is the only time we may, except maybe during the budget, depends. I will leave this. If you are not ready, all those documents and what have you, you should prepare them, because you will still have to defend this in during the budget defense.
Yes.
So you should come to us fully prepared with all the documents to buttress your submission. Meanwhile, we'll keep this submission with us, and I will leave the us until when you come for the budget defense.
Noted, sir.
Is that okay by you, DG? Okay, we'll leave everything until you come for the budget defense. But remember that time you have maybe up to 10 cameras facing you, so you must be fully prepared. You know?
I remember, sir.
Okay, so you must be fully prepared. I think I can leave all other things here. Maybe if members have questions to ask, while in the course of our discussions, some members came in, 2 of them came in, and I will allow them to introduce themselves. Please.
I'm Bernard Black, as also from Kano State, representing Kano State. Thank you, Mr. Chair, my dear respected colleagues, our host, the DG, Ascon, and your management, our secretariat, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Honorable Jafar Leku, and I represent the very good people of Kokoro, Das, and Tafa. They are from Bauchi State. Good morning.
So let's go into 2025. So DG, you are free to make your presentation of 2025.
Thank you, sir. I'll take us back to Roman page 2, again, which is the executive summary. The appropriation for year 2025 is 2454 197 600.64, whose breakdown is as follows. Personnel 1905 854 743.64, and the overhead is 252 million 477,649. The capital is 295 865 208.00, and the total being 2454 197 600.64. And the breakdown is as stated in the table in B, including personnel, overhead, capital, IGR summaries from 1st January to 30th September 2020. On personnel, amount released 861 407 946.93. Amount expended 861 407 946.93, being salary for 403 staff, with a balance of 0.00. On overheads, we have 66 105 283.02. The amount expended is 65 486 295.31. Balance 618 987.71, being the balance on the GP's platform. On capital, which is year 2024, we had 107 850 819.00, and amount expended is 104 407 435.70, leaving a balance of 3,443,383.30. And that's outstanding 5% retention fee to Messrs. Isujan Nigeria Limited. Capital for 2025, amount released 0.00, amount expended 0.00, and balance of course 0.00, as no capital has been released this year. Idea basically the course fees for 2025, amount released 485,771,224.02. Amount expended 342,127,498.70. Balance 21,149,731.74. And the balance is already committed to payment on the remitter platform. There is a note beneath that page that speaks to the sum of 122,493,993.58, representing amount directly deducted to CRF from the sum of the 771,224.02 generated within the same period. Thank you.
Part from the Director General on the performance of 2024 and that of the 2025. General observation is that they are yet to receive a penny as it applies to all part of the federation, that nowhere in the 11th months of 2025 you had a single penny issued on capital. The performance on the capital of 2025 is zero everywhere. So if you have any question, basically you can look to it and see where you can ask the DG of any question, especially in the issue of the IGR, the overhead, and what have you. And we tell after, okay, let it be after, your application, we'll ask the DG to tell us her view, her mission, and what she thinks she can do to make the college a better place. And also tell us how she will be able to improve on her revenue. I know this college and the Public Service Institute, I think in the administration or former administration, they were even slated to go independent. They were marked as places where they can sustain themselves from the internally generated revenues they can be able to get. I know the committee will have to intervene in the Office of Head of Service and even the SGF to make sure that they are not removed from the consolidated revenue. I mean from the one benefiting from the funding of the federation. So DG, I think you have a lot of things to do. You have to use a facility provided to make sure that you will improve on the internally generated revenue. You seems to be doing better. You seems to be doing very well as far as capacity improvement and what have you. But yet, I think you still more time. I know for you to improve upon started. But I will allow the committee to, ask you any personal remark they have on the performance you presented for 2024 and 2025. Before we now give approval.
Rahis Abdul member representing my Metropolitan Federal Constituency. I'm from Borno State. Thank you.
You are giving 107 million. Then you spend 104 million. The money you asked me for is less than the money you have been giving. Why you not spend the whole money? Why you still have a claim on 4 million? That's number one. The same thing happened in 2024 and 2025. I just want to know why on your IGR. 2024, 306 million. Then you spend 230 million. Then you remitted 70 million. So you still left 5.6 million. The same thing on 2025 so far on your idea, that you left 21.14 million. I just want to know the reason why you not remitted the whole money, why you only remitted only 1.2 million or 4.3 million. Thank you.
Give me page 10, 2025. The releases, you said, in summary, releases from stock receipt from January till when?
September. September.
But it's not written here.
It's on the top, sir.
No.
Page 10.
Yes.
Page 10, sir.
It's January to
38th September 2025.
Yes, but in the columns, it's not written, but that is not the problem. When you come down to your IGR, the IGR is 485-771-224.02. So when you look at your expenditure, it's about 342,127,498.70, which is about 74.5% of what you generated, which is the expenditure. Then what was remitted is just about 122,493,993.58, which is 25.5% of what you generated, and you still have a balance of 21. So comparing what was generated from January to September 2025, then when you come to 2024, you generated 306,853,945.00 from July to December. So it's like we are going back. What you generated from July to December is almost what we generated from January to September in 2025.
I understand, sir.
So we are going back. Instead of, in all the agencies we oversight, we see improvement. And it's the same thing the chairman is complaining. When you compare the facility you have here and what you generated, so it's what is wrong. And again, what are the details of this expenditure of about 74.5% of what we generated? Then in your personnel, both in 2024 and 2025, whatever that was released is exactly the expenditure. There is not even balance of 2 kobo. How can you justify that expenditure?
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Let me answer this one.
You know, you said the capital was 165 approved in the budget, and what was remitted was 107. So you still have a balance of 3.4.
Yes, sir.
Have you mopped up that money to back to the federation account?
Yes, sir. It is retention, 5% retention by the contractor, still with Akatan General. We have written for the release to the individual contractor, but the money has not been released to the contractors.
Okay. But do you know that as far as the appropriation law, the relevant section I quote under the Constitution, 88 and 89 of the 99 Constitution, you are obliged by any money that enter into this college account, before you spend it, you need to be appropriated. Is that?
Yes, sir.
This money that you said, some places have put in some money amounting to over 340 something million, which you are to expend some to carry out their function. Do you usually notify the committee, which represent the National Assembly, that this is the amount that these people paid and we need your permission to appropriate to us, and to show that the balance of those money is going back to the federation account as mandated? Who gives you the mandate to go ahead and start spending the money without being appropriated as enshrined in the Constitution?
Thank you, sir. Let me start
No,
with
this is the culture.
Okay, sir. This is the culture, sir.
Okay,
It's the
we are
culture.
acting under the culture. But is that culture right?
The main reason is that our IGR will normally defend it at the beginning of the year.
Dependent into who? Because these are new monies that got into your account and it needs to be appropriated as enshrined in the Constitution.
You remember, sir, that when we are
We give you appropriation of what is to come from the federation, and any other money that comes to you in form of that, it needs to be appropriated before you spend it. Do you seek the permission of the committee that represent the National Assembly? Because here, as you see us sitting here, it's like a mini National Assembly plenary going on here. We are representative of the Speaker. This is why you see this gavel. This gavel is given to us by the Speaker that we should act on his behalf. So are you aware that before you expand on those money, you need to seek the committee's mandate to do that? Or you are just doing it because it's a culture you saw? And the culture may only affect you, may not affect others, or those that were before you. What will you say about it?
The cultural I met is that after defending from the
I thought you have condition of service and
yes, we have
things under the law that governs your activity.
Yes, we have the condition of service, and our own case here is a little bit special because when we train, they will come and we also provide some facilities.
Who will come?
The participant will come and
If
provide.
they come today and you inform the committee tomorrow, and the committee might, in its own wisdom, give you the approval to go ahead tomorrow, that's same day.
Okay, sir.
We are too close to our MDAs. We don't take time. It's not like seeking another. When they say put everything into the federation account, seek their authority before you use the money, and then when you are able to justify it, they will send you back. We know it's cumbersome. That will not be possible. Because any money that will enter into the federation account, for you to seek approval, to tell them, to convince them to approve it for you from Ministry of Finance or anywhere, for you to expend the money, it will be cumbersome. And that is not in accordance with the Constitution. The accordance with the Constitution is that the National Assembly, not the Ministry of Finance, because even if it is the Minister of Finance, will have to come to the National Assembly. We carry out payments of medicine from National Assembly Service Commission from here to there. Anytime they want to use any money or change the class of the money from maybe overhead to capital, if they want to do that, they come to the National Assembly. They go to the chamber with a motion, with a bill, and then the National Assembly will give approval for that.
Okay, sir.
But this one, you can only inform the committee. Look, Yobe State had come here, they have put in 100 million to carry out training of 100 staff. What we need from you is that we are going to use this part to run the activity, and then we are going to use the other part back to the federation called. I mean, what are the percentages? Is it 75 to start 2025?
It's 30-70.
30-70. I know it's around 70. Yes. So we will remit 30% to the Federation account while we use the 70 account to conduct the activity of the training.
Yes.
So I want to inform you that any time we find you liable of not informing the committee of any activity like that, you have breached the Constitution and we will apply the necessary sanction. But from today, let us take the line from here. DG.
I've noted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think any participant can sleep with that light because we are closer to that room. The mosquitoes are high. That is one. Two, we have, I said the mosquito, though they need to on light for the participants in the night because of all these hazards. That is one. Two, our generator. Maybe, I don't know whether when we move around, we see our generator. The 800 kVA we are using as spoiled now is down. The 2000 kVA, in I think under 1 or 2 hours, we spend 250 liters of diesel. Yes, sir. To run it. If we are running it for 1 week, we are running for about 5 hours, we spend not less than 2 to 3 million. Because of the year in a day, because of the...
It's an old question.
It decides. If you own all the facilities we have here, it's not up to 50%. And the one that we have that can power with a little expenses is already down now. Cost of repairing that one is more than 25 million because they need a case chart and everything is damaged because of long overuse.
5 million naira
to repair.
How much? You want to use it?
Huh?
How much are you going to spend to buy this per day to use it?
A diesel now is, I think, the actual liter by diesel is 1,020 per liter. So
how many liters you consume daily?
Daily. It depends. It depends on our running. But per hour we are using more than 2 drums. For the big gen.
But do you need the big gen?
That is what
you
we
have to
using.
rush it. You use your 500 kVA. You have the old one, the 500 kVA.
The thing has spoiled.
Okay,
it's down now.
That's what
yes,
where I want to go.
It is the cost.
The cost is high.
The cost to repair.
Because if 25 million naira are required and you can spend 3 million naira a day, so what do you get on per hour?
We are sorry, sir. Normally we are short of funds. We have called the contractor to come and examine almost 3 or 4 contractors, but we are waiting for the fund. Now our problem here is a little bit different from others.
But remember, the last time we came, you read this complaint concerning the generator.
Yes, sir.
So now it's a year.
That then the generator has not spoiled. It was the bigger one we showed you.
Yeah.
Yes. Now where we normally have a problem is that the releases is not regular. That is one. Even for our programs, January, February, March, April, until when what do you call it, overhead is released for other ministries to come. And now we are facing these challenges this year. Every other department, other organization, they are giving them half of, so that is also affecting us.
Half of what?
Half of overhead, half of releases every month. Like this year now, we have only received only 5 or 6 months, and it's half. So that one is also a problem to us. That is, maybe when the DG comes, DG try to look at how we can solve the problem. Because like yesterday, we just try to look for alternative to power supply, which is the solar that can also help us a little. But with the weather now, solar cannot last because of the weather. So we are forced to ration the light because of the cost of the diesel and servicing that gen. So it's giving us a lot of headache. On the issue of capital for 2024 raised, normally, we are under the of service. So our own, they give us an envelope. The balance of 3 million that we have, those are the retention that we need to keep. Because the retention is after some months to know whether whatever they work and in order. But up to now, the 2024 capital has not closed. And we have written to the Secretariat to release that retention for the contractor. But the money has not been released. That's why we still capture it at is still there under retention. Also on the personnel for 2025, we have some arrears which up to now has not been paid. Those people that take promotion January, February, we hope that the arrears will pay before December, because the moment December is passed, they will lose it, and it's a lot of money. So if we remove it, it will reduce to minimum, because normally our personnel, we don't have access to it. We can only see the figure, but it's being operated by IDPIs. So at the end of the year, they mop it up. It's automatic. It's automatic. The same thing with like our IGR. Any money that enters into our account, 30% is automatically removed. It has been configured in that way. So there's nowhere we can touch. Any money that enters there, they will remove. It's automatic. So it's the leftover that we are trying to struggle with. And the unreleased of
when you get like when Yobe State government engage you,
yes,
and you give them quotation of money that will enable you to train 100 participants.
Because there must be somebody there that will push it. The moment it closes, when it is weekend, anything that we do on Friday, it will enter on Monday or Tuesday. Also the availability of their own platform over there. And also, we also have intermediary, that is trading single account. They also have some little challenges. Okay. So we have to wait. Sometimes we run some
because you see, as business oriented, we wouldn't want a situation by which you will promise people, collect their money and tell them to come, and when they spend time to come, then you will have issues carrying out, struggling to...
What they normally do is that if anybody paid, we ask for evidence. The moment we receive the evidence, that is we call it RR number. So we use it to track. Normally, if they paid, it may take 2 or 3 days before we can even show in our account. But it does not mean that we will not train them. But once they are here, we just have to find a means of training them. Sometimes we get most of those things on credit, and we promise to pay. That is the really way we are used to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Something happening in the 60-room hostel and the maritime quarters, because I'm very sure the staff quarters you are having is not enough to cater for the 400 and what staff. So what are you doing on these places? And this house is attached to this building by the CBN. What are you doing with them? Are you engaging those houses on training, or because I think they are meant for staff accommodation? But are you doing them for?
So we're using them for training.
Huh?
We're using them for
training. Okay. They are yet to be maintained. They are still, because when I was coming in, I saw them. They were the same way we left them almost 10 years ago.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and other distinguished honorable members. I'll just take like 2 minutes to run us through a few things. And just like Mr. Chairman had said, the new initiatives and what we are trying to do to make things better for Ascon. Over the past few years, to evolve in its mission to build a professional, efficient and ethical public service. But since assuming duty at the college 6 months ago, we have remained firmly committed to a clear and deliberate strategic vision, one that will reposition Ascon as Nigeria's foremost platform for executive capacity development, management excellence, and knowledge exchange in public administration. A few purposeful actions, some offering quick and visible wins, and others laying the groundwork for long-term transformation, has been put in place. Distinguished honorable members, I extend my profound gratitude to the National Assembly for being here this morning. And as we continue to pursue our mandate, despite the challenges, we have had some very short, quick wins. The first thing I noticed on my resumption is that the outward appearance of our school looks like a place that people don't come to. Old, derelict, and not attractive. So we tried to create a kind of renewal. We repainted, and we did a few mural paintings on the wall to let people know that something is going on, and whatever is going on is something good, because it's about image and it's about perception. I also had the privilege of addressing the heads of service in all 36 states on our proposed state Ascon compact. And the concept behind the state Ascon compact was to let the states know that this institution, established over 52 years ago, is meant to train the public service in the states, and therefore they need to take ownership. We need to have a relationship that will be symbiotic. It is established for them, in quote. And I am happy to say that that has recorded a very meaningful impact. And it was at that forum that we had Kano State come back to Ascon after 10 years hiatus. We have also had, and they came back fully for us to train 500 people. And the training is actually still ongoing. It was after that presentation that we also had the privilege of getting Lagos State back since 2017. And I'm also happy to say that immediately after that I made contact, the Lagos State gave us 120 of their directors of admin and human resource. And they spent 2 weeks here. And in fact, the head of service left here, and 4 of their permanent secretaries. And that's good for us because we are in Lagos State. And after that, we've had 2 other proposals that we're still working on. I'm also happy to say that it was after that State Ascon Compact concept that we have Yobe State currently here with 149 participants for 2 weeks. Yobe is not next door, so we really appreciate that kind of effort. They are here physically. And what we're trying to prove is that the more we have people who come to Ascon, the more we are able to gain the visibility that an institute of this magnitude requires. So we are hoping that the cooperation between us and the states can get stronger. We're also speaking to Borno State. I think one of my honorable is from Borno State. And the head of service is very passionate about this and is asking me to send our directors for a need assessment so that they can know where to plug in. It can only get better. It's been with a lot of struggle, but we are very hopeful. We are speaking and we are engaging them so that facilities like this don't go to waste. We have about almost 70% of our facility dilapidated, and that's a very huge challenge. But I'm also happy to say that even though we don't have the money yet, we already have an approval to work on some of these buildings inside. So what we did with this in terms of the initiatives, like Mr. Chairman has asked, is that our health center we have also repositioned. Before I came, they would use their phone light to work. So we have been able to get a small solar system, and there's light in the hospital 24 hours. And they already now have constant supply of their drugs, so they are active, and we're serving the community as well as the Ascon community, which is very important. We have tried to do the nationwide capacity building needs assessment, and that's giving us an idea of the ability to make tailor-made trainings for some of these states because the priorities differ. So we want to be in sync, offering what they need, and they taking what we have. Currently, Mr. Chairman, you spoke about the curriculum, and I'm also happy to say that the curriculum is undergoing a review, and we are hoping that before the end of November, we'll be able to present that so that it addresses deepening insights on needs assessment of the people we serve. We're trying to do some faculty renewal and digital transformation. The Office of the Head of Service is doing a lot of digital literacy. And you can see behind me that we already have an interactive board, which is comparable to international best practices. And of course, it enhances teaching and learning. You can write on it. You can have real-time online classes using through it. We hope that in the budget, we'll be able to have opportunity to replicate this in all our classes. To also add to some of the initiatives that we have done, I am happy to say that luckily for the institutes, my honorables, the Ministry of Power on Friday sent us a contractor and a representative from the Ministry of Power to have an alternative energy of 500 kilowatts slated for Ascon to come on stream. And that was a good Friday for all of us here. Because it's been in the budget, I understand, in 2023 and 2024. So seeing it come alive was something that we really look forward to, because energy is a big issue for us. And with the little that we have been able to do here, we already have achieved, in terms of cost-benefit analysis, almost about a 40% reduction in cost of diesel. This building, for example, is also on solar in the interim, and it has also increased the level of enrollment and request for use of facilities of the college, and we believe that that would, in the long run, affect our bottom line positively in terms of IGR. We have also launched a newsletter to capture the developmental strides and also an opportunity to showcase Ascon's reforms and achievements. We have upgraded the mandatory training program for DGs and CEOs of federal government parastatals. One, it gives us visibility, and secondly, it places Ascon in its rightful place. And on the last mandatory training, which was only 3 weeks ago, we had the former SGF, we had the former head of service, all as resource personnel, because the mandatory training was issued by the Office of SGF, and we found it important that the DGs and CEOs, including myself that are new, get to know the business of government and how this would pan out. In the modernization of course content, that is currently being addressed by a review of the curriculum, revamping outdated buildings that's already hopefully being captured by the little approval that we have seen. It's different from not having at all, so we look forward to when the approval can be activated, and then we can at least do things differently. And on the overall, we're trying very hard to make sure that Ascon at the turn of century regains its rightful place. And I think it's about the only institution of this magnitude on this side of the divide. We're trying to see how we can increase enrollment, and we have had agencies seeing the transformation that is going on ask us for opportunity to be here. The BPP has asked to bring about 300 of procurement officers all over the country here in the coming week. So we look forward to being able to have occupancy for our facilities and enrollment that would increase our bottom line. I would love to sincerely appreciate, and before I appreciate, I want to speak about the 60 bed, which was done by the Office of the Head of Service, and since 2011, that project has not found its way into the budget, and we don't wish that it remains an abandoned property. It's a very critical structure that would also help this college. And as of 2011 or 12, from the report I read, it was almost 85% completed. And with inflation, we know that that will be a lot, but in terms of opportunity cost, we cannot put the cost of finishing to the cost of starting a 60-bed from the beginning. So I urge the committee to please help put in a word for us to make sure that this project gets into the budget for 2026. We have a lot of other challenges that we know cannot be taken at once in terms of digital transformation or technology that the agency cannot singly face to do. For instance, when we asked for the one knowledge, am I correct? One knowledge or something, which is the digital platform, they gave us an invoice of 178 million and the recurring 78 million every annum. If this is not captured in the budget, we cannot go digital in this college. A lot of institutions are trying to align with Ascon. I was, luckily I won the Blavatnik School of University of Oxford School of Government Fellowship of Practice for 2025, and we're looking at thank you, and we're looking at a lot of synergies and collaboration and partnerships. So we are hoping that somehow, Mr. Chairman, sir, the intention to upgrade this college into a school of government, like we have in South Africa, we have in Kenya, we have in Singapore, we have in the UK. It's so easy for them to relate with school of government. And I'm sure that if we upskill that, it will come with a lot of upskilling, moving the administrative staff college away from the thinking of a mid-tier institution to a high-level institution, especially with the level of infrastructure that is here. It can only get better, sir. So we look at Ascon someday, in your time, being upgraded to like an Harvard of Africa, because the infrastructure is already here. So for us to update the curriculum, update the faculty, upskill the faculty, and get intentionally support will do the country a lot of good. Because before now, people were coming from West Africa sub-region, and I think we can still repeat that. But the level of dilapidation is really affecting how far we can go. Thank you very much. And once again, on behalf of the Ascon family, I say a very warm welcome. I say thank you for all that you are able to do for us by His grace. And we stand to take advice and corrections where necessary to make this institution a great place. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gigi, for Oversight and vision for the college. Really, we want to commend your passion. We want to commend your forthrightness for the college. You seem to have a target. You have set yourself a target to see that this college has moved forward. We can see from your attestation, see from the differences we saw when we came. You have made a place in a very devastating situation. I cannot say it's the fault of the former DG, because we try in as much to see how we can put in money, but they are not possible. I want to be free with you. I engaged the head of service several times, but you discover that finding money, not even the head of service, even with the DG, Minister of Budget and National Planning, I discussed the issue of Ascon. Sometimes we get, sometimes we may end up not getting anything. So I cannot commit that failure to any of the leadership here, because I know they have done their best and they are still doing their best. But I want to I want to commend your passion for seeing that it has moved from where it is. But believe you me, sometimes you have to leave the politics local of your college and then move to Abuja to see that changes. Because if you are sitting here without going to struggle, you may end up not finding anything, only you end up spending what they give you. But if you're able to go there, fight for it, showcase your plan, showcase your target, I think you'll be able to grasp something and come with something, especially at the office of the Minister of Budget and economic planning and the director of budget. I will advise you that you need to be there, you need to be close to the head of service, tell her your plan and seek for her permission to pursue your own cases. And also to the appropriation side, we may have a case to lay before the appropriation committee so that such good plans may have light of the day, especially as regard to the project that I just mentioned. And all this, as a place of learning, I think to take your idea of, going into computer-based system, but you need money to install and you need money to maintain it. So such provision one makes, they will form code in part of your budget so that it will be a continuous process. So I will advise that you should create that code to ensure that it's a continuous process, because this is an academic environment and you must move with the timing. Also, on the issue of this School of Government, I think you can not just you can start to see what are the differences between the position of the college now and the School of Government you are trying to propose to change the name, because this name is constitutional because it's part of the thing that forms the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is there in the Constitution, in the Establishment Act, so it's something that will need legislation. So if you want that, you will have to start the process now from the head of service of your plan to have it changed, and then the head of service will liaise with you to engage us, and then we'll come out with necessary amendments so that it can affect the Establishment Act, so that it can be School of Government. And let us know what are the benefits, what are the improvements you will have in changing the name, not only changing the name, but what will it form into? Are you going to, let's use the word, swallow all other institute of training so that they form School of Government at Abuja, they form School of Government at the various locations. We have training school in the northwest, in the northeast, in the south, because we have various training institutions. If they can form part of the school, I would recommend that you should envisage that those colleges, training centers that are in various zones of the country should be part of the School of Government you will see. So you should come up with a write-up to the committee and to the head of service, because he's the one to engage the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for them to draft an executive bill and send to the committee, so that we can start doing something about it, something that you can keep the history alive, and posterity will be there to judge that you have come to make changes to the colleges. So, honorable members, I think if you have anything to say about okay, honorable, you can answer this. Yes, answer this, please. He's talking of security cameras and what have you. Just ask it.
Okay, so security has always been my number one thing. And for this kind of area, I'm not saying you're actually on a remote area, but it's kind of outside the city, and security is very, very important. So, look around, I've not seen in the outside, I don't know. Inside, I've seen the security camera, but outside, I don't see much. That's number one. Number two, I was standing at my window yesterday, and I look around. I don't see any security personnel patrol. Do you have all this army or navy? They come around once in a while because people are coming all over Nigeria. So, and number three, we'd like you to do more on your next budget. Maybe to put something about your water system. Yes. Because people will come here, all these things, what they do, they will be telling each other, oh, if we go there, their water is not okay to take a shower.
For the observation, on the issue of security, let me say that the system we have on this floor has about 89 cameras, and it takes us up to the frontage of phase 1. That's number one. On the other hand, we also have an outsourced security company that is always here day and night. And then thirdly, patrolling. And then thirdly, which is most important, we have the Nigerian Navy right in front of us. And there will be other information that I would not like to make public, but that they have, that gives us a kind of cover very well. We also have very good relationship with the 243 Battalion and the 15 Battalion right in front of us. And I think that throughout last week we had about 20 of them, and then the DPO for Badagry Police Station also stays here.
Their police car.
Yes, so their police car is always here. So somehow we are not really left. It can get better by our own architecture, but somehow, I mean, that's a bit tight for us, and we're still working with that in the face of paucity of funds to engage bigger or better. The water system, yes, it's a big issue. We've had to do some palliatives in the last 2 weeks to have some new system that is not brownish. The cost of water treatment is killing us, and that's the phase one. And with that, we also need to be on generator or NEPA when the phases are full to be able to pump. So it's a bit equivalent, but the approval that I said we already have, there's a little provision to improve.
But the DG, why is it brownish always? They say pipeline, but pipeline has a limit by which the corrosion will just appear and then disappear. But this one is completely permanent brownish water. Is it from the soil? I want to understand it. Yes, it has to be, because before they were telling us that it's the pipeline that are bad, they rusted.
It's from the soil, sir, because it's from the soil, and that's why the cost on the water treatment is huge, and we're not able to meet up. But I'm hopeful that with the new approval that we have, hopefully we get the warrant, we will be able to do something and engage professionals to really do this.
You need additional filters to take care of this brownish something. If you engage the services of filter, this
no, it's not going. Will the filter make it better?
Of course. Of course, if you have, it's not small, they have an arrangement of filters that all these water engineers can install for you, so that it will be filtering the color. It will make it colorless, and that is how the color of water should. But I know maybe
so
it may take.
Yes, when the approval gets warrants and cash backing, I'm sure we can expand.
Because the taste of the water is okay, but the color is the only issue, and somebody will think that how can I take this water to deposit in my... So that means that all the staff residing here are forced to take pure water at least in their houses. Because I don't think there is any person that can just be drinking this brownish water. No.
Part of our
if it were made to Zobo drink, they can but even Zobo is not always that you take it like that. You can cook with it, but you can't be taking it.
I want to assure you, sir, that if we're able to get... We have experimented with one, and it's okay. So we are hoping that once we have cash backing, we can use that as a second level. And then little cost to get the water into the tanks. We can use the small machines that will take us petrol of, let's say, 20,000 or 50, instead of diesel of 2 million, to be able to pump water. So we're working on all of this, and I'm hoping
How about repairing your 500 kVA generators? 800. Okay, it's not 500, it's 800. It's 800. The small one is 800. Yes. No, the one you used to have before.
The big one.
Then we have 800.
Before the CBN intervention,
2000.
2000.
We have 2000.
So what of the older ones? Is it the 800?
The one that is on ground now that is damaged is 800 kVA. Now we have 2000 kVA.
I know. The CBN intervention.
Yes.
So
what I will advise is that please you need to partition. You need to separate them. This building, maybe if you have a 100 kVA generator somewhere sited along here, they can be able to power your auditorium on here. If you have another 100 kVA there, but for you to power 800 kVA generator, you are just giving an entire community. So I think if you can showcase and make case for buying 2 by 100 kVA generators, 100 for this side, and the other 100 for maybe your admin side, it will help you. Wallah, 100 is okay. Yes. We wish you God guidance, God directives. You are doing well. We want to appreciate you, but we need to have an executive session. There are some issues we need to discuss with you.
No problem, sir.
the committee is happy.
Thank you, sir.
We have seen the development and we wish you good luck. You have passion. I know how you've been struggling. We have been talking. You made cases. I know you have the passion to make this place better than as you made it. And we have seen the changes.
Thank you, sir.
We want to appreciate you for that. We pray that all those things that you have in mind to make the college, you will be able to establish them and make them. On the other side, I want you to put more effort on staff welfare, please. These your staffs. Nobody, to God who made me, nobody complained to me. But I didn't see from your report anywhere where you cited for the welfare of that, I've done this, I've done that. I have not seen that. So that's why I noted it that I want to advise you that please take care of your staff. They help you to grow. They are your brother's keepers. So if there is anything extra you are doing for the staff as you met it, you want to improve it, not just improving the non-human activity, improving the landscaping, improving this, but while the welfare of the staff is being so pleased, and we appreciate you, but try in as much to make sure that your staff welfare is being enhanced. I want you to buy bus for them, new bus, because the other one is dilapidated. I saw it. It's there, it cannot even be repaired. So if you have the chance to provide for new bus for your staff welfare and what have you, and anything that you feel, even this not what do you call it? You said you are doing this on issue of this water.
Mm-hmm.
There is the word they use during COVID. Please, what is this word?
Palliative.
Palliative. There should be palliative for the staff also. Very well palliative for the staff. Let them know that they are separated from the main city. They are in the bush, confined themselves in an environment. So that palliative is sacrosanct. Please, you should include it, and maybe twice. Let the palliative go to the staff. Anything you feel you want to do to help our staff, Allah will be willing and ready to help you.
So let me give you the good news.
Please, let me hear the good news.
Why are you looking at me, Mr. Eli?
Who is the admin officer now?
He's not available. He's under the weather.
Okay.
Yes, sir. The staff welfare is paramount, and the lot is already done, even though they don't know yet. And I just want to code it. But the things that you have asked are being included in everything that we have said. Well, for the bus, we have tried to, everything was down when I came, and we have just resuscitated 2. We are hoping to still work on 1 or 2 so that it can serve like a kind of staff bus, because there's really no active vehicular movement to here. But beyond that, some other new things are already crossed the Rubicon.
Okay.
So let me keep you guessing. When we get to the bridge, we will cross it. Let warrant follow. So they are uppermost on our mind. We are thinking of a lot of things.
Okay.
I'm attending a University of Oxford training program, and we'll be going with some of them, which I just got approved.
Who's the committee chairman also?
No, it's in Lagos because we don't have money. So the University of Oxford...
I will carry 1 or 2 members to join
you.
So that
they
are
coming to Lagos, at least is a starter. We'll try and do a lot with the Faculty of Skilling in the new year to make sure that we bring a lot of people up to speed.
Is it a new faculty?
No, to give them more training.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get some international support and backing to make sure that we bring ourselves up to speed. And every other thing in those areas, you can be sure.
So, the directors, the staff, you have heard from the DG. Don't say I didn't come to protect you. I'm protecting
everybody will be fine.
Good. This is the assurance you receive from the DG. So you'll end up happy people today.
Especially the very hardworking ones.
Yes, you have to apply the carrot and stick approach.
At 12 midnight.
Once you do well, you have a carrot. But the stick is there for those that do not, of course.
We have pleaded with them to say that the only way forward is forward.
Forward, yes.
To say that most of them have stayed long enough and they should add value
yes.
to where we are headed. Some things are not automatic, it is performance-based.
That was why when there were lapses here, I didn't blame you. Pending the submission of those, I think we should leave it until during the budget process.
Yes.
Yes, we will not approve anything now. We'll leave it until when you come to defend them during the budget. That time we'll have our oath ready. Most of the things that you present will put you under oath to swear that what you submit is true, and nothing but the truth.
When they come for the budget, are we still going to talk of 2024?
Of course. The sitting adjourned Senate. Yes, after this we'll have just 1-2 minutes executive session. Madam, what plan do you have for us? Usually they take us to Semi-Border where we enter Cotonou. They take us to Windspring, you call it Windspring Farm. They take us to point of no return.
We have this.
They take us to the museum. They take us to the first building built by Oyinbo in Nigeria, all those places. So we can select which one we want to go and then we...
No problem.
Which one do you want to go? Let's have one meeting, please.
I represent the very good people of Bogor, having exhausted all what we have in the agenda of this very, very important meeting. I seek to move a motion that this meeting should be moved Senator. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Who will second? Okay, honey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to apply my proposal. Member representing the people of Broadband of the Federal Constituency from Kano State. I second the motion moved by Honorable Deto. I so second.
Thank you very much. Is this the position of the committee that we should adjourn this meeting Senate as moved by Honorable Jafar and seconded by Honorable Guarzo? Yes? Yes? Those that are in support say aye, and against it say nay.
Nay.
Those that are in support of this motion say aye, against it say nay. The ayes have it. Yes, it's a routine exercise of oversight visited by the Committee of Public Service Matters. The chairman of the Public Service Matters, it has been usual that at the end of each year, at least once in a year, from maybe October, November, we come to for an oversight visit to Ascon. It has been a yearly appearance.
What is your submission so far?
Yes, good enough. We come here with the new Director General is here. The DG, we came here and from what we saw is that we have seen her positive foresight thinking of the college. We have seen a lot of changes. We have seen that the college is changing in shape. We have seen her programs. We have seen her ability to transform the college for the for the little time she has been here. So, so far so good. And the only thing we have observed is her, ability to improve on the generated revenue. She has done enough. Even now we saw Yobe State here. She told us that Kano State will be coming and a lot of things. And we advise her that she should improve in doing that because revenue is a key to the performance of the college. There are so many things to cater, so many things to maintain, so many things to do. And we feel government funding is not enough. They have to outsource money from outside to ensure that the college keep on moving. This is a college that has a history. This is a college that has, that has mandate for all public servants in the country. So we want her to continue the job she's doing, the good job she's doing. We have seen that she has foresight. She has things. There are a lot of things that she's copying even outside of the country to ensure that Ascon has moved forward from where it is. So we want to wish her well and wish her continued God guidance in her ability to run the affairs of the college.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm sure this is not the first time of you coming to Malawi and asking.
Yes.
So far, what have been your observations in terms of infrastructure?
Infrastructures are improving. We have seen her trying to improve on some things, and what we want her to commit too much is maintenance of the structure of the college. This CBN intervention that the CBN has spent almost 10 billion naira to put this infrastructure with the auditorium and other staff quarters. I think with the road network also, I think she should do well to ensure that this place is being maintained. She's trying. We have seen that there are so many improvements, even on the operation of these new facilities and even the one outside. We want her to continue on that, and we want her to, even if we do not improve on the building of infrastructure, let's also maintain the existing infrastructure. She's doing that, and even the 60-bedroom hostel that we saw that has been here and was vandalized by winds almost since 2011. We want her to ensure that she do whatever she can, and the committee will be with her to make sure that this 60 room hostel that is said to be completed is completed, so that she will have an avenue of not losing revenues. Because what we heard is that some state government are engaging this college in terms of training, but they don't have the capacity to accommodate the trainers, the trainee. So that was why we feel there is a need to complete that college. That 60-bedroom theater. We have been coming, this is my 8th time or 9th of coming here, but that building is still pending. We want the federal government to assist her in providing enough money by the Office of the Head of Service of the Federation to ensure that that project is completed. We also other staff quarters that are to be maintained, the maritime quarters that was allocated to maritime because they now funded back to the college. We want her to maintain them. And they have 2 by 2,000 kVA generators. It's not easy to maintain those generators. So the internally generated revenue should go a long way in ensuring that they can be able to cater for that. And we are very happy that just last week, the Federal Ministry of Power has sent its contractor for the building of a 500 kilowatt solar power to this college. We are very happy with that because we have been pursuing that since last assembly to make sure that there is an improvement in the electricity generation of the college. But this thing that the Ministry of Power has done has gone a long way in ensuring that the electricity and power demand of this college is being handled. So we are very happy with that. And with the little that she has done to install a power panels just for this facility here, we are very happy for that because last time we were having erratic power supply last year when we came. But with the little that she has done in putting this little power source, we are so happy yesterday, at least we saw uninterrupted power supply from the solar panels she installed herself when she came in the last 6 months. So we are very happy with that improvement, and we are sure the improvement is all a long way in the college. So we are very happy with that, and with the completion of the solar panels and provision or another things that we have told her to make sure that she has, that is the 100 kVA generator, because she can't maintain 2,000 kVA generator. She use that in an hour. They consume 2 drums of fuel. She can't maintain them. But if we partition and put some 100 kVA, one here, at least in the other admin building, one there, I think they can go a long way to ensure that the electricity generation and power supply to the college is being enhanced and improved.
Thank you. Lastly, what would be your message for the management team of Ascon?
I asked her to have an excellent synergy. They should be directing her on whatever, because she is new. And some of them have been here for long, so she has her idea, but they should be very sincere in giving her the best of advices. Look, madam, this is the way we think is the best approach for this thing. I think that will go a long way in making her, because she has a lot of things as if she wants to bring back, she wants to bring the future to now because of her, interest in seeing the college has moved forward. So they should be advising her. She has money, she has passion for the college. We have seen that, we have noticed that, and even before I came here, when she was in my office in the National Assembly to report herself and to report her targets that she has for the college and the passion she has, I have seen that in her. And we are here with her, we have seen that, and we want to wish her well. We want to pray that God will continue to guide her in the affairs of the college. So this is just what I have for her.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
I'm excited. I'm happy. We've had a very constructive meeting. All the advice we take in very good faith. The whole idea is to make sure that we keep Ascon alive. I am here. One of the things I have in mind as part of our strategic plan is to take Ascon to the next level, to be able to benchmark with other institutes around the globe of this magnitude. And at 50 years, Ascon has done well, trained over 200,000 people. So we want to keep the numbers rising because the impact of the training that this institution gives is what we expect in governance outcomes. And therefore, the coming of the House Committee on Establishment and Public Service today gives a kind of endorsement to some of the ideas that we are trying to put in place, and that's a very good endorsement for us, that they believe in the leadership that we have at the moment and they believe in what we are trying to propose as part of our plans to make Ascon great again. We want to take the opportunity to appreciate especially the chairman and members of this all-important committee for the support that this visit, even though it's an oversight function, but it's a support to what we are trying to achieve. And we hope that we'll see Ascon on the other side of the divide, bigger and better, and turning out more impactful trainings to the public service of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
This one is
This one is 30. Yes. So we have this classroom 1. Yes.
And if you have provision for use those windows,
yes,
with the solar something, there will be cross ventilation.
Yes, so we will try to.
At the same time, let someone be managing the windows. Yes, otherwise, look at the waves. All from your
Yes, the head of service.
Yes, no, constitutional review. Induction program and even constitutional review committee.
And it's fully multi-700.
But you don't have many things that are young.
So this one,
young men.
So you hire someone? Yes, the state government did. So we gave them the Ascon mobile. That's what we call it.
Okay.
Ascon mobile. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are nights and what have you. Okay.
Serious plumbing issues. So we're dealing with it, but we keep moving.
Okay, this side is 3 bedroom, the other side
Everything is 3 bedroom. We have 2 blocks. We have two. Oh, you already seated already. Should we bring the food?
It's a very beautiful place. So
Take him a picture. Take him a picture. They were here with us. They were here with us. It was a picture. Like my Bata show.
Abuja, we are here.
Is it working?
How do you cover this without the mistake? Is this solar? No, solar. What about you? Because I'm here, you're
So we have this event, we have this, we have this, we have all this. We just started shooting them schools. We have those things like that. And then we have the laundry. Where is the way to your laundry? Oh, how are you? So we have the equipment. Yes, every equipment you can launder your clothes for the fee. Choking is meant eventually we'll commercialize it for agencies
Even
around
those
us.
hotels in Lagos
Yes.
can utilize this.
They don't even have. They don't even have.
Don't worry.
I sell drinks.
This one that
And also fresh.
I mean, the also. This one I also got.
What?
Why two of now? Come back. Yeah, that was even me now, if I get as the old soap, they keep roasting. You don't pass something. No, give her, go bring her that one, come now.
Everybody go